All right. Awesome. Well, welcome to another Run Wild with Us, and you can ask us anything. I'm Lisa Kastner. I'm the founder of Running Wild, and I'm here with some of our fantabulous people, including the absolutely tremendous Cecilia Kennedy. And we are here to answer any old questions that you might have. If you're watching this and you're watching the recording, it is so not a thing. Please feel free to go ahead and pop your questions into the chat. And because we tend to go back and look for any new comments so that we can respond to them in the subsequent session. So with that, I would love to hear. So someone's son graduated
Yes,
recently.
yay, from college.
Yay!
He was a physics major, so he graduated in physics with a minor in actuarial science. So
Wow. Oh
it was a
my.
tough tough few years there for him, but he did really well. He's really happy, and he's going to go off to Brazil for a month and take some more
Wow.
math classes because he just doesn't think he's gotten enough science and math, I guess, in the past few years. But
I
he
guess.
said he said for some reason he understands it better in Portuguese than he does in English. So uh,
Cool.
I guess maybe more brain cells are firing and it makes it easier to bridge the gap. Maybe that's what was missing in my education. I needed to learn math and science in a foreign language, and maybe I would have understood it.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
yeah, that's what he's doing. And then I'm still editing for a flash fiction magazine contest that took place in April, but I think another one is going to start in July. And yes, I'll go ahead and sign up for that one as well. And then I'm working on a humor book, and I have 50,000 words, but I'm not done. So I'm going to keep writing and working on editing manuscripts for Running Wild Press. I have 3 more. And then I'm
Wow.
a member of the Editorial Freelancers Association, there's a virtual conference that's happening next weekend. And
Mhm.
I'm a coordinator for the Pacific Northwest chapter. So I'll be holding office hours online for anybody in the Pacific Northwest chapter. So yeah, that's
Wow.
it in a nutshell.
You're only a little busy, in other
Just a
words.
little.
Yeah. And we've got Ben.
Yay.
Woo! Yay! So, Mr. Ben, what are
Good
you up
evening.
what are you up to, young man?
Uh, Still working my way through a novel.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Editing of the girl in the cave. Girl of the cave. In the cave?
Girl, I
Something
don't
about a
know.
girl in a cave.
You're doing it.
Yeah. Well, I read the title like a month ago
Oh, I see.
or
Yeah.
more.
No, I feel you on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I've
Mm.
got about
And
30 pages to go for the first sweep, and the author is already following behind me, and she has taken suggestions nicely.
okay. Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, so it's coming together. It's been
That's
there's been some places that have needed more work than others.
got it. Well, that's not uncommon. I mean, that's
No,
actually, yeah, that's usually pretty common.
yeah,
Absolutely. So,
and and sometimes the point of view shifts to where the
ah,
narrator is talking to the reader.
but is it effective?
No,
Got it.
it kind of gets in the way.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like they
yeah,
haven't quite nailed the transition.
yes, yeah,
Um
and it's
and it's interesting. Sorry, go ahead.
oh it's just not consistent throughout. So when it happens,
Yeah.
it's jarring when it happens.
Uh yeah, a lot of time I mean, there's typically it's only effective if there are additional techniques that are being used in terms of transition. both in terms of the narrative itself as well as like flags of the point of view shifting, so that the reader follows it, and so it feels natural versus like, wait, how did I get here?
Yes. And I think a good example of it working is The Book Thief, where Death is the narrator, and you pick up on that. And so whatever Death wants to say, you just go with. Okay. you're Death, I'll listen.
Okay.
But this narrator doesn't have the credibility of the voice.
Actually, that's an excellent point. Setting up that credibility of the narrator to be able to talk directly to the reader.
Yeah.
That is absolutely critical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And in the story, it's really not necessary. And a lot of the foreshadowing in this book is not necessary either.
Oh, okay, got it.
So there's some structural issues. The character didn't know that until later when she was told. Stuff like that. Where okay, just wait till later and tell me.
Yeah. Actually, that's a great point. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The foreshadowing itself has to be subtle, and a lot of times it isn't as subtle as it needs to be in this work.
Well, and a lot of times it's the author's just trying to be clever, and instead of actively saying, is this something that's absolutely needed within the narrative itself? And it's actually really interesting when the author just says, oh, well, it's fun. Like and they'll say, I'm being clever. And it's like, no, you're not. I mean, I appreciate the attempt, but yeah, nope.
Yeah. Well, I know clever, and this isn't it.
Right? Well, and I can't even say that I always know clever, because I fully acknowledge that there are times when I'm like, ooh, this works really well in my own work. And then someone like, I don't know, Ben will turn around and go, what the hell is this? That guy with an exclamation point at the end of his name. Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you working on any of your own stuff or no?
I'm typing up a bunch of stuff, but I already have. It's over 60 collections typed up, ready to shop out.
Wow! Check you out.
It's too much, but I've got another 4 that I'm 7 journals behind. Yikes!
But you do it every morning. I mean, that's how
I write every morning. That's the problem. I don't type every day. I don't type them up.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. But
well, I'm in theory, I'm gonna have the next cure, the 3rd in the series, to you, hopefully in the next month or so.
That's right on time.
Yeah. So, and actually, Cecilia and I were talking about this before we started the call. First, I want to apologize to everyone if I seem dopey. So I was actually diagnosed with epilepsy yesterday, and it turns out I've been having seizures, and the drugs they put me on, the way it worked. I actually mentioned to my doctor, I was like, well, I'm off and on. I'm a little nauseous, and I'm definitely dopey. And she went, oh, that's how it works. Let's see if you get used to it for stay on it for a couple weeks, and then we'll see, if you get used to it. And if you don't, then we'll adjust the medication. So if on any of these calls or whatever, and you're like, what the hell is she talking about? Well, it's my more than normal dopiness. Let's just put it that way.
Now I feel bad for saying that for years.
I know, right? But and that was before medication. So ta-da!
But that's got to be good to find out.
It was interesting because I'm now I went to a it's the neurologist who said yesterday, he was like, I guess technically the diagnosis of epilepsy, it means that you've had at least 2 seizures. And I've had 2 recently that we're aware of. Excuse me, while I was awake. So no, I mean, it was great to find that out. So now I continue the series of tests to figure out the root cause. But honestly, part of it is like if the medication continues to work, then that alone is huge. To your point, you know. But yeah, no, it was freaky. Like, so, and Cecilia and Ben, you both know this. Back in early April, I had a car accident where I was literally making a left, and all I remember was seeing a school bus, and I thought, I haven't seen a school bus like that in ages. Like, it's so old. And then I woke up and I was just surrounded by EMTs, and they weren't so they've been sending me on, you know, like cardiologists and neurologists and you name it, you name the doctor, kind of thing. And the cardiologist was like, no, your heart's great. Like, they actually gave me a heart monitor for like 3 days straight and all this kind of stuff. But then not this past Sunday, but the Sunday previously, I was in going to dinner with a dear friend of mine, and again I woke up in the emergency room, and it turned out that I had a seizure while we were on our way to the to dinner. So the poor thing, I mean, she was like, I'm not leaving you alone in the ER, and I'm like, what time is it? And when it hit like 10 o'clock, I'm like, you are leaving me alone in the ER. I'm like, you need to go home and you need to rest, because it didn't seem like they were gonna release me anytime soon, because I have like 50 pages of release papers, which is like blood work and CAT scans and MRIs and I mean x-rays, you name it, kind of thing. So they released me 10 days, not actually almost 2 weeks ago now, but they released me at like 3 a.m, and she was like, you know, you're gonna call me when they release you. And I thought, I'm not fucking calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm just gonna get a Lyft driver, because at least we know that the Lyft driver, he wants to be there, right? Like, but yeah, so I was really actively working on, thankfully I'd finished all the books I was editing, and I was working on my own book. So now it's more a matter of getting used to the medication so I can focus enough to keep editing, if that makes sense. So but yeah, no, I'm quite thankful that we found out. And so yeah, so now it's just figuring out the I already have like 4 doctor's appointments scheduled to continue the battery of tests and such. So
well, there are better ways to meet doctors.
I agree. And there are also better ways to get new eyeglass prescriptions, because back in April, the car accident was so severe, my glasses literally flew off my face. So,
oh my goodness. Yeah.
These are like 2 prescriptions ago. And so I've been trying to get new lenses since then. And it seems as though my medical insurance only covers the appointment where they go, oh yeah, you need glasses. And I'm like, great. So
Where are
and
they?
they're like, not my problem. So I'm gonna hit up Costco on Saturday and see see how that goes. So but yeah, other than that, I've been just working with our interns a lot lately, just kind of walking them through. It's really interesting. Well, to me, which probably means nobody else will find this interesting whatsoever. But um, I don't know, Cecilia and Ben. I don't know about you guys, but I noticed a very distinctly different approach to editing when you you're looking at like going to workshops and fellow workshop participants versus like an instructor, or like when you're working with a professional editor who's been in the industry for a long time, like that kind of thing. And I feel like it's almost as if they learn to approach editing one way versus the other within school, if that makes sense. You know, so a lot of what I've been doing is like unlearning them or unteaching them. I don't know. I'm just making up words now, but yeah, teaching reteaching them like, okay, so think about what's most effective when you are working with a professional editor. Like what do you find effective, and you know, and so on. So it's been pretty interesting going through that process with everyone. So
well, I noticed when we do the acquisitions, there is one intern who is already in there commenting, and she's amazing. I've seen some of the comments already, absolutely amazing. So, I mean, whatever she sees, I usually agree with. So, yeah, and it's pretty insightful. I'm really impressed. I hope she does more because, you know, it's great to see other comments in there as you're commenting, because then you can kind of guess, maybe this is not the manuscript for me, but somebody else sees something in it. And so, yeah, we don't really see how this fits into Running Wild Press or whatever it is. But so far, I've been going it alone so far, but it's been nice to see when it does come up, the other comments. I mean, eventually they all will be there by, I guess it's the end of July when we're going to meet.
I think so. It's like July 20th or something.
Yeah, so we've got time.
Yeah, it's not until actually, I think you're right. I think it's the last week. It's the 28th.
Okay.
So I know what I'm doing the 27th.
It's on the 27th on your calendar?
No, that's what I'll be doing it on the 27th to be ready for
the night before? They're a lot.
I have to admit, I'm probably going to be doing it the weekend before as well. So, okay. And I was going to actually propose that we only do 5 acceptances per imprint. So that would limit it to 20 total.
Yeah.
Just because, and although I really, 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 really do appreciate the eagerness that we have of authors who want to work with us, I've gotten an increasing number of individuals who've been reaching out to me directly to ask, so are you going to accept my submission?
And it has to go through submit. Even we submit through Submittable. I can't just say, hey, I got something.
Even I submit through Submittable.
Yeah.
So, and you know, not 9 times, but actually every time I end up going back and just saying, hey, look, I'm sorry, we're gonna, we're happy to consider it for, future acquisition sessions, but you know, like if you've got an offer elsewhere, you know, and you want to work with them, you should go for it, you
Mhm.
know, because we're little. And some people are good with it, and other people are don't send very friendly responses. So
Yeah, I like
yeah,
to submit to us through Submittable so I can send the rejection and get a really nice rejection letter
to yourself.
to myself. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strategic. It's a strategic approach.
No, see,
Dear Ben,
I
this
sit
is
there,
really good, but
but I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
You just
So
haven't
sorry.
earned it. I just don't want to work with you.
We couldn't find an editor for it.
We
Sorry.
couldn't find an editor for it. And then you can reply to yourself, well, I've always wanted to work with Peter.
Yes.
And then Peter can respond, I don't do poetry.
Yeah, that's poetry.
Uh,
But I will
Actually,
ditto
imagine
with the interns. Of course, I've got Jill is dedicated to Junkyard Rooster, and she is super. She's off celebrating her graduation
Oh, yay.
for this summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told her we'd touch base again in July.
Yeah.
But
And
she's gone through and she makes great comments, and it's like Cecilia says, it's stuff that validates opinions in different ways, though, from a different perspective.
Well,
it's really
and
valuable.
let's be fully transparent. She is dedicated to Junkyard Rooster because someone named Ben specified.
I didn't see the rejection letter. I said, yes, you just follow me.
He was like, is it okay if I have Jill just as my own intern? I'm like, yeah.
She's
'Cause
already gone through a lot of the stories, and I think it's best if she just stays here.
Exactly. That's exactly, yeah, that was the conversation. And then the part 2 of the conversation was she calls me out because sometimes I'm too nice, and she'll respond going, why the hell are you saying consider this? Like, here's all the reasons why no. Bing, 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 bing.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Ben will ping me and go, what do you think? And I'm like, nah, she's right. So I'm like, but we need to be productive like in our feedback so that they can come away with something that they can then actually work with versus, man, you suck, which so far we haven't had an intern do that. Not directly. They've done it in the review sessions in the past. I've had a few of those where they were like, Lisa, I don't know why you're even considering this. And I'm, okay, well, let's talk about it.
What did you
So,
say?
yeah, exactly. So Cecilia, have you ever? Oh, actually, I actually asked this question of Jonathan Mayberry because he has his Ask Us Anything right before this one, right before ours. So
cool.
Here's this question for both of you.
Okay.
What is your dream project? Like one that you've always wanted to do. It could be either writing or editing or whatever. But you haven't had the chance to do it.
Okay. Well, the one that I submitted was my dream project. I loved that. Haven't gotten to work on it with Amy yet. Amy's got 4 manuscripts she's working on. Like, I totally get it. Like, I understand. So I'm waiting until she's free. So that one, it's a horror book. That was my dream. But then I'm trying to think, is there another dream project that I'd like to edit or write?
So,
I'm sure
Peter, the question that I just put out to everyone is, what is like your dream project that you've always wanted to work on, but you've never had the chance to? So that's what Cecilia is responding to.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. In terms of editing, Running Wild Press doesn't do this yet, but I think there are people who I don't know what it would look like for Running Wild Press, but
Mhm.
something like food cooking related. Like it could be horror food, but it could also be like just like memoirs or something fun. I mean, we obviously need that hybrid thing, that mixing of genres. So it can't just be a cookbook, but it might be something else. I don't know what it could be.
We've
Anything.
actually gotten a few people, they've inquired if they can submit like a blend of like essays with recipes or something like that.
Yeah.
And I my answer is yeah, yeah, sure, to your point, because that would fit with
Yeah.
in terms of cross genre, and it just has to have some kind of narrative to it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Zombie recipes. Oh, I love that, Suzanne. Suzanne, guess what? We're gonna write it. zombie recipes. Suzanne, be careful putting things in the comments because we might have to do it.
Yeah, that's true. We're very good at that as well. We're very good at putting things in the comments and then deciding that it needs to
Oh,
be
I love it.
executed. So
Yeah. Sounds tasty.
now I'm kind of like, now what would zombie recipes look like?
I
Like,
don't know, like anything probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
I'd be
cupcakes,
more concerned what they taste like.
right?
Right.
Done.
Hello.
They're done. Cook through.
All right. So Ben, how about you? Like if any kind of project that is
Yeah.
like a dream project that you haven't had a chance to work on, but you always wanted to.
Look, a
lot
lot of brain food.
I don't have the power to like do emojis. Like I would put all kinds of emojis in there, but
Yeah.
I don't have
Actually,
any.
yeah, that's true. I don't think we can. I don't
Can't
think
do
we
it.
can do. Mm-mm.
But I need to. Well, actually, this week I wrote 1,400 words, a 1,400 word beginning on a new novel.
Oh,
I got another one up to 18,000 plus.
okay.
There's another one sitting there at 30,000 plus. And then I think a fourth one that has probably around 2,000 words. So sometime I'm going to have to stop writing poetry and get to the novels. But that's the writing part.
Okay.
The editing dream, and actually, you know, we always look for that story that has the hook and catches us with good writing and good storytelling. But the dreamy part of editing is working with the authors who get it and understand what we're doing and don't have to push back. Well, it's perfect. It's a 10 out of 10. What are you saying? Well, I'm here to make it a 12 out of 10. That's what I'm doing. But it's rewarding no matter what the writing's like or the story's about or the location or all those elements of the writing are about. It's the relationship that you have with the author, and you like to finish it and see it go to production and still hear from the author to say this is where I am and here's my cover and the cover's done, the release date is here, and I've got it advertised here. And you see those things. It's like that's just as rewarding as finishing the editing part. And then with the zombie recipes, yeah. So that's the writing and the editing. So I think that's covered.
Or like coming up with like those like bizarre recipes that just sounds like something that you'd end up like searching online just to see like what kind of funky stuff you can come up with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right. So Peter, how about you?
My brain is coming up with zombie recipes as we sit here. And I'm like pistachio and lime green jello and like, oh my God, and yellow pudding with raisins. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to think about this. As far as a dream
So,
job,
Suzanne, it sounds like you've got multiple partners
Yeah.
on this zombie thing. Just saying. I'm sorry. In terms of dream job,
I actually had my dream job from for a couple years. Actually, in this vicinity, actually, I was able to write full time, and I didn't know.
Oh, cool.
This was like 14, 15 years ago, and I didn't know what I know now.
Mm.
And I want to go back to being able to do that, be able to write full time, and like to write 50, 60% of my time, and spend 35 to 40% of my time editing because, like Ben, I really, really enjoy editing. I love taking a book, a collection of short stories or whatever, to the next level because as an author, I know I miss a lot of stuff, but as an editor, I'm able to see what other authors miss. And I love, gently hinting to them saying, you could do this here, or could you do better there? Well, you're not showing any place. This is all dialogue, and bringing the book to the next level and then getting it back for the third version and bringing it up to the next level after that and just making it dynamic. And like Ben said, making it a 12 out of 10, making it that much better because it's not me. I'm just asking questions. I'm just making comments. My goal is to make the author make their work that much better, which is truly rewarding because it's their work. They're putting in the effort, they're putting in the time, and I'm just saying, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? So that's one of the things I really enjoy. But 60% writing on my own stuff because my novel is languishing a little bit because I'm spending a lot of time editing. So be it. But that's a job. 60-40, writing, editing.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. And I was just putting out there that maybe for our next acquisition session, we reduce the number to like 5 books per imprint.
There are a lot of good stories out there, though. That
I know that's the problem. And it's so funny. We've got authors who've worked with us for like the last 10 years who are like, my God, the quality of the submissions have been like tremendous.
Yep.
They just keep increasing in terms of quality. So, and in terms of number. So, I didn't say it was going to be easy. I just said.
Well, it's a good trajectory to be on because we're in a place where I mean, we're not. But at the same time, we could say, okay, this isn't quite there, so let's move on and say offer a couple of encouraging words, but to move on and saying, okay, this one might be even better for us.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, Suzanne just asked a great question.
It's a good one
too. How do you match an editor with an author? Is it by topic or style?
There's only one person to answer that question.
Well, I mean, kinda. So there's a couple of rounds to it actually. So I'd say the first round is actually the acquisition session, because we have our core editors and acquisition editors are in the actual acquisition session. And honestly, Suzanne, you might be surprised the number of times people say, I want to work on this one. And I don't think I've ever said no to that. It's more so challenging when we've had a couple of different authors who all want to work on the same piece. Then it comes down to like who's available and who. I don't think we've ever had. Guys, have we ever had something where we were like, no, you can't do that? I don't think so. It's more so that if they're just not available, you know, in the more immediate.
I had the it was early on with the book of poetry that I had taken the wrong approach, and the author didn't like me and asked for somebody else. And because I was using the wrong cadence for his work, which was a lesson for me. I felt, okay, you know, he was absolutely right. I was reading it in a different way than he had written it and intended it to be written, which is a poetry issue anyway. But it was a great lesson for me. But that was the author came back to you, Lisa, and said, "Find me somebody else." And I said, well, I didn't want to do it anyway.
I was like, yeah, sure, fine. You know.
Yeah, okay.
Because and part two of it is, typically, like, as our editors become available, they'll come to me and say, hey, I've got, you know, I have some availability, so I'll send them whatever titles we've already acquired that haven't been assigned to an editor yet, and I just ask, like, you know, which of these are you most interested in? And then, you know, based on the ones they're most interested in, that's the one that they'll get assigned to. Interestingly, yet again, we've had so many editors who've been excited about the works that they've been sent. They'll volunteer to work on like 2, 3, 4 titles, and then they'll realize, oh wait, I've got my own stuff. And, you know, then it'll end up being, you know, sometimes they'll come back to me and ask it, like, is it okay if I don't, you know, if I pull back from working on all these? And I'm like, yes, of course, you know. Yeah, and I think what's really key is that all of our editors have to go through the same test in order to be selected as an editor. And I've actually had to turn down some rather celebrated individuals from wanting to be editors with us because their approach was what I would say more along the lines of like a copy reader, if that makes sense, right? Versus looking at the holistic story and the narrative itself, and, you know, like the style, and, you know, what are the different techniques that are being used, and, you know, things such as that. So they've been more. I've had to turn down some folks who were just very. They would have been great if, you know, this was like an instructional manual, right? Because they would have been very technical versus really focusing more on craft and story and narrative and that kind of thing. So I don't know if that made sense. Now, Ben and Peter, you both have your own imprints now. So how about you guys? Like, what are your plans for assigning editors? I know who your editor is, so ha!
Junkyard Rooster is still looking for that inaugural work, and that's one reason for that is the 2 or 3 that we've selected, the timing was wrong, and they'd been picked up somewhere else, which is encouraging. It was, you know, and you wish them the best of luck.
Quality, yeah.
So we know that we're on the right trail, but I think with the editing, if I'm going to do it, it goes back to personally the topic and the style. It has appeal to me personally, and for Running Wild Press, if it's poetry, chances are Peter's going to make me do it. If it's military, chances are Peter's going to make me do it. If he doesn't want to do it, chances are Peter's going to make me do it. I've got a whole list. How much time do we have? I got a whole list here. Peter's going to make me do it. But I think and that's where the intern comes back in with Jill.
Mm-hmm.
I think she wants to jump in and do an actual editing of a novel and get it under her belt and say this is what I'm interning for. So I don't think it's going to be a heavy lift to match up an editor because we're looking at the quality of work.
Mhm.
Mm. Well, and if you want, we could always do War Dogs under Junkyard Rooster. Don't have to do whatever. So, how about you, Peter? How do you make your decision? And you also know that you have full access to our whole bevy of editors that we work with. So
Right. I need to go through what they like to edit, what their preferences are, what their genres are. And basically what I'm looking for novels to publish, I mean, it's the literary presence, it's the image and the language where it's not just straight story. I mean, story has to be there, but there's got to be the environment that embraces and immerses the reader for the story to be accepted by Trompe l'oeil Press. It's just the world that the author creates. And as far as editors that I want to work with, I need to go through and see what their preferences are, so that I know that I'm working with an editor who wants to work on this kind of stuff. Because some editors don't. Some editors want to stay clean and dry. I mean, Tom Clancy stuff, John Grisham, straightforward stuff, great novels, great authors. But I'm looking for something that's a little bit to the side, a little more literary, a little more descriptive, that embraces place as much as story, as much as character. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So I need to go through the editors and actually strike up a conversation with them to see what exactly they're interested in. And when I go through the submissions, I know I can have somebody in mind that that might seize upon this and really enjoy doing it, and really do a great job doing it. Because right now the books, I got a couple of books coming out from Curtis Smith in September, so I'm really excited about that. But I edited both of those, so I need to branch out and see what else I can include in the under the imprint.
And Cecilia, how about you? How do you decide?
I always thought, it's going to be straight horror. But this last time that we were going through acquisitions, I picked so many things that just surprised me. There was a memoir about a bike trip, taking your bike from California to Seattle. I loved this story. And then there was, the young adult. I typically don't do young adult, but the story really drew me in. There was a cozy mystery that I really liked. And then, just really strange things that I just didn't think that I would like, I'm working on. So it's kind of eclectic. It's just whatever draws your attention and whatever it's intuitive. It's like, I have to have this one.
And by the way, Suzanne, she has done that. She has literally in our acquisition session said, I have to have this one. Yeah, she has. She's flat out said it's mine.
Says, go ahead, you can have it.
Yeah, there have been some that a lot of people I don't know. People have just said, well, you can have that one because the topic doesn't interest them, right? So yeah, I haven't had to fight too hard sometimes, but sometimes I have. I've been like, no, I want this one a lot.
No, that's true. Yeah. Actually, all of us have had those moments where and honestly, if someone else is interested in working on something, I'd say 9 times out of 10, unless the author says, no, I want to work with you, I'm because I want everyone to be happy. Like I want our editors to be happy. I want our authors to be happy. So, that's why just having the editor having that passionate desire to want to work with that author and vice versa. I mean, my God, I really think that makes a huge difference in terms of the quality of the work once they're done the editing process. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I I think if someone's passionate about something, we all tend to step aside
Yeah.
because somebody wants to work on that book so much. Like, I don't have that sort of feeling for it. And Cecilia does or Ben does. I can back away saying, they're going to make a much better book out of this than I can. So I secede.
And a lot of times that comes out in the discussion at the acquisitions when I see a maybe and Cecilia sees a yes and Peter sees a yes. I'll ask him, well, what do you see that is the yes part? And once you hear one of the editors talking about it in such a way, that's a good fit, and you'll do a better job with it. Even if we accept it, I shouldn't edit it because the champion of it has a better feel for it.
For sure.
And so those discussions are valuable for that.
Actually, that's a great point, because a lot of times if the individual is really passionate about it, there's something in it that they recognize that maybe the rest of us don't, or we see it but not quite as hugely, if that's a word, that where it's like, wow, okay, so you can see it going to a whole nother level, then yeah, do it. Absolutely.
Well, sometimes the language just speaks to you and you get it. You say, this is something that makes sense to me and I can make this better because I understand where the author's coming from.
That's true. Absolutely. Wow, great questions, Suzanne. Excellent. How about you guys? Anything come up recently that you're like, hey, I'd love to chat about this?
It took me a long time, but I finally got the novel to one of the two authors that I was spending almost a year working on, and it's been exciting. I mean, After the Autumn People is in the author's hands, and we had a conversation the other day, a live conversation over whatever group chat or whatever it is, and I really feel like it's going to move forward at a stronger pace than I got it. So I'm really excited about that. I'm able to go back to a novel that I've been working on for even longer, and it's actually the seventh draft I'm working on. And normally I don't do more than 5 drafts, but this one I really believe in, so I gave it another go around. So I'm really
Wow.
that turns out. She's made some significant changes, so this is going to be an interesting draft. So, but things are moving forward. We got the books coming out. I've been talking with my main author, Curtis, the one for Trompe l'oeil, the inaugural author. And his books are coming out in September, so I'm excited about that. I've got firm publication dates. So I'm excited about things moving forward. Things are really looking good for Trompe l'oeil and for Running Wild.
Excellent. Oh, and we will absolutely be at the American Library Association. Tihi is going to be representing us.
Oh, great.
Cool.
So we will have that representation. We will not. Well, I can't say we won't be. I won't be at AWP. I don't know if you guys have you heard about any of the workshops we proposed.
I think they'll get back in August. In August,
okay.
They're supposed to tell us what they picked or didn't pick.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. No, that's right. I remember that now. Yeah. Yeah. Admittedly, I had to cancel all my traveling for the next, several months until we find out what the root cause of the seizures are. So, cool. So how and any other topics, guys?
I had a conversation with the novel I'm working on now. It's set in Germany, well, in World War II, in Germany and Yugoslavia. But the main characters speak German, but the narration, of course, is in English. And so the dialogue gets very close to being American vernacular.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I had to stop that. I
What's
said,
the
because
primary?
you're already translating from the German to what your reader is going to understand.
Hmm.
But when you use slang, American slang, you're cheating the value of the German. You know, if you're writing in German and you use German slang, that's fine. But if you're
Got it.
narrating a German conversation in English and using English vernacular, it's not translating right. And so that
Yeah,
was
it's
a
not in
discussion just
German.
to make it make it true.
So are they translating from German into English?
No,
or-
no, they're narrating in English,
Okay.
but you know the characters in if they were real, it would be in German. So like one place where it's saying "yer" and spelling it "yer."
No, no,
And
no.
right now you see it, and
No, no,
because
no.
you don't need to spell it that way anyway, because you're hearing it, and that's the way it's going to sound no matter what. But
Mhm.
there's just too much American slang and vernacular coming in to where that's not true to what the Germans would say.
Mm.
You know, if
So
it's
would
a
there-
German slang translated into English, that would be fine. But this
Mhm.
is the narration going too far to the extreme in the English vernacular and slang. And so we had to stop that.
So in
Said
that
no.
case, would you use standard English or would you try to use? Okay, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Just
German contractions. I mean, do biz to do biz. I mean, that's basically
What-
that's for you are.
What
Yeah.
was the purpose of doing that? Was there a
I
purpose
think
for them to do
it's
that?
the there wasn't one.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask.
It was trying to capture a
No.
countryside vernacular
Okay.
using country like Southern slang from the U.S.
Yeah.
and it's not working. It didn't work. So instead of trying to Burr Rabbit it and make it American slang, just use what they would say. Your reader will get it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But that's that goes back to the dialogue and how you work the dialogue and what you see on the page has to be what you would hear in the conversation. And nobody effing important and I had that conversation with the abbreviations for sergeant. It's SGT. You know SGT. But so in the narration, it's fine to say SGT because everybody knows that's sergeant. That's abbreviation for sergeant, so I know. But in the dialogue, if you put SGT, that's not what they said.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah, and it's not familiar enough. You could probably get away with it with Mr. MR period, because you see Mr. and you hear Mr. But so many readers will see sergeant and they say, "Oh, so no, don't do that, SGT." No, that's not what he said. He said sergeant. So you spell it out in the dialogue.
Well, I mean, and so much of it is, I think a lot of people forget the purpose of the dialogue. It's not simply to have dialogue. You're actually basically defining the characters themselves. You're creating the characters, and no one's going to say SGT. Like, that's not, I can see spelling out, if they're speaking in German, I could see them spelling out, the word, because so few people would actually know. So few Americans would actually know or understand if it was an abbreviation of a German word, or same thing. Where it would get challenging is if you're talking about like Japanese or Chinese or Korean, it would have to be spelled out. And again, remember the purpose of the dialogue is both well, there's multiple purposes, but so much of it is also really defining the characters and driving the story forward. That especially if you are doing language that is not in a of course my brain's now going to go but like it's not the same sentence structure as English in essence, right? You have to then also use the description as a means of fleshing out the dialogue so that you can still have it in the sentence structure associated with like with Korean or Chinese or Japanese, but have the description done in such a way that it enables the reader who may not be familiar with those languages to understand what is being shared.
And
So
you can't take it to the extreme of the dialogue is just describing someone from a Yugoslavian farm and make it sound like Tom Sawyer.
exactly. No, you can't. No, I
It's
mean you
not-
can. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
That character sounds like Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but he's from Yugoslavia.
Yeah, this character sounds like Barbie. Yeah, sorry, no. Like I saw the movie too. No.
Yeah.
There's actually someone's teaching a workshop, I think through IBPA, on effective use of dialogue.
Mm.
And in part for a lot of the reasons that we just described is, it. And actually, one of the when I was taking a lot of workshops, excuse me, I found it absolutely fascinating because I hadn't really realized when I first started writing that dialogue isn't literally how someone would speak. It's what you're doing because you are defining the characters and you're driving the narrative forward. It's basically like hinting at things, hinting at like tags and so on, that then enables you to understand like, oh, that's Tom Sawyer versus James, right? And I hadn't realized it until actually it might have actually been Percival Everett pointed it out, and I was like, oh my god, he's right. This dialogue is not the dialogues that I was most enamored with. They really weren't speaking the way someone would naturally speak. It was more so, again, indicative of those characters and who they are. So
It's a very cultural. It's a cultural element of the story. Oh, you take Dostoevsky, and his characters can talk the same paragraph for pages. And if you were there listening to him, you tell them to shut up. They're taking up all the air in the room, and we don't want to hear you that much. And I don't know, maybe Russians speak that way. I don't know. But for 3 or 4 pages, and here it goes. Sit down and listen. Sit down and hang on. But
how come I could totally see you doing that? Like just going, look, all right, shut up.
nobody
that's
can
enough.
talk that long.
No one can talk that long.
Yeah, shut up, you.
But pick up Crime and Punishment and see how the dialogue goes. It
Oh, that's true.
goes
Yeah.
on and on and on.
On and on. Well, I mean, but that's because Crime and Punishment, as much of Dostoevsky, I really can't talk anymore. It's pretty much dialogue. I mean, the core of the whole thing, it's just talking. So,
But nobody gets to talk when somebody else is talking. But oh, not your turn yet. You start on page 15 and go to page 38. That's your page.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, we're down to like 10 seconds. With that, honestly, Suzanne, thank you for all the fabulous questions.
Yeah.
Guys, as always, absolutely tremendous responses, fabulous questions as well. Anyone watching, don't forget, join us next Thursday between 5 and 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern time, or just come back and check out the videos and leave us questions, because guess what? We'll answer them. So with that, thank you, everybody.